Speak. It's coming up gurgled. Hold on, let me refresh. All right, speaking now. Why is it coming up gurgled? It's like really badly gurgled. Hold on. All right, speak. Why does it sound like that? Try to go out and come back in. Hmm? All right, speak.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit of
You want
technical
me to introduce?
difficulties, but we're back. Introduce it.
Yeah.
Bring
Okay.
us in.
Welcome to the threesome show. It's your host Bridget, and we have Don, the pleasure coach. How you been, Don?
I've been good. How about you?
I've been good. So today on the show, we are going to be talking about hygiene. Don, what do you think about hygiene?
Hygiene is important, and a lot of guys and women, some women, don't realize how important hygiene is. But when it comes to sex, hygiene is very important for guys when it comes to the lady that they're with. So yeah, let's talk about hygiene because it don't get talked about enough.
Yeah. Yeah. So who should we talk about first, men or women?
Let's talk about let's talk about men. I'm
Okay.
not getting caught up in that one.
Okay. Why? So I don't know. I just when it comes to hygiene, I feel like some men they like to have sex with multiple people. They don't understand the fact that just because you have sex with one person, you think you washing your penis off and sticking it in somebody else. Um, bacteria is still being spread. And then also, if you doing oral sex, is your oral hygiene up to par too? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's another, you know, issue. I heard a woman recently tell me she was like, I don't like when a man spit on my coochie. She like, I don't like none of that. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's a lot of bacteria in people's mouths. Um, but I feel like some men just aren't educated on the fact that they'll think a woman's pH is off, and don't get me wrong, it can be something that a woman's not doing, um, but it could also be the fact that you're sleeping around and you're the reason why her pH is off, or you the reason why she got BV.
Absolutely. So two things. So definitely sleeping around. A lot of the
Hmm.
guys don't realize that if you go and you have sex with a woman, I don't care if you wash yourself, that pH is not the same.
Yeah.
And now you've thrown off your woman's pH, and you're wondering why
Right.
she's catching, yeast infections and stuff like that, or urinary tract
Right.
infections.
Right.
So it's definitely important, especially for guys who are not circumcised.
Mm.
It's
Okay. Yeah. Talk
extra
about it.
important because bacteria is basically sitting inside of there.
Hmm.
And when you penetrate, it's pushing that foreskin back. And whatever bacteria you had in there is now being pushed inside of the woman. So if
Yeah.
you're not circumcised, not sure why not. Blame your mama. But
Hmm.
you should definitely pull that foreskin back, clean it real good, and so you don't cause a woman to have issues.
Yeah.
Mm.
I see we had somebody in the comments that said some men are just dirty. It's okay to call a spade a spade. Um, I definitely, I mean, I can't say some men. I'm not going to say all, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I truly wouldn't mess with someone who had bad hygiene. But you have some men that is okay when I taking a shower for a few days. Um, and then also there was a subject online about, it was a while ago, about like, do people wash their legs and stuff in the shower? And it's just like, I will hope everyone washes every part of their body in the shower, including your ass
Right.
crack. Um,
Absolutely.
so yeah, I mean, I definitely, and I feel like since we were on the subject of men, um, I feel like that some men, I'm not going to say all, and we're not just going to speak on men because women do it too, but some men are completely comfortable with having unprotected sex with multiple people at one time, and
Yeah.
then a lot of men don't get checked up. They don't go to the doctor. It's not normal to them. Like as a woman, so I feel like more men need to go and know your status, especially if you sleeping around, you having multiple sex
Yeah.
partners. Because if you messing with multiple sex partners, and even if they cool with it, like you don't think that the woman that you're dealing with is doing the same thing, it's a lot of things going around. I seen a post recently where it was like Baltimore has one of the highest HIV rates. I looked it up, and for what I seen, it said like Washington D.C. and then it said Baltimore was number three. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on out here. I think it's important to wrap it up, to know your status. Men need to know their status just as much as women. You shouldn't wait for a woman to come to you and be like, "Hey, something going on down here." It should be something that you're doing, especially if you have multiple women in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for some reason HIV has gotten pushed to the back burner where like we're not focusing on it as much as
Yeah,
we used to.
yeah,
And people are not getting checked up as normal as they used to.
right,
I remember there was a time when that was pretty much the conversation. Like, have you
yeah,
been checked out? Have you had your test?
right,
Now it's like I could probably count on one hand how many times I've heard that conversation come up, and it should always come up because
right.
um, if you're sleeping around with multiple people and you know that you're out there, or you know that you're not in a committed relationship, for one, you should definitely use a condom.
Right.
Um, I mean that just goes without saying. But for those who don't, constantly get checked.
Yeah.
It may not be if you're sleeping around and you're not using a condom. Don't do it every 6 months. Do it every three.
Right. Yeah.
Get more in tune with getting going down, getting checked out. I know that time from when you get checked out to when you get your results is the most mind wrecking situation. Like
Yeah.
you are sitting there on pins and needles every time your
Hmm.
phone rings. You like I don't even want to answer it. I don't want to
Right.
answer it. But it's better
Yeah.
to know than not to know. Especially today, like there's so many drugs that's out there that can suppress it, um, that can help you live a long, productive life, but not if you don't go get checked out. If you wait
Yeah.
until it's full blown AIDS, then there's nothing that can be done for you.
Right.
So
And to talk about the importance of prevention. I feel like a lot of people like, okay, we focus on the cure. Let's be more responsible. I feel like people are just out here being reckless. People, men. I'm not just gonna say men because, like I said, women do it too. But paying for coochie, paying for the head, all types of stuff. Like, be responsible of your sex life. It's very important. Um, and then it's like if you are having multiple partners and having unprotected sex, you could highly impact someone's life. If you give them something that's for life. So I
right,
feel like preventing to even get into that situation is very important. Especially, I feel like in this day and age, because people, a little wild. I don't want to. I'm not blaming the gay community at all, but there are men that are on the low. I'm speaking for those type of
Hmm.
men that are sleeping with men and also sleeping with women without their knowledge that you are sleeping with men. And that's another thing that's very important. We in 2024. No one's judging you. If you like men, if you like women, also be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't sit here and play with somebody else's body. Don't play with their health. It's very important to be real with yourself, but also with the person that you're dealing with.
And unfortunately, a lot of them are doing it unprotected on both sides of that coin. So
Yeah,
they're having sex with men unprotected, and then they're having sex with women unprotected. And like you said, I think if you're really forthcoming and you kind of just put yourself out there like this is who I am, this is what I do.
yeah,
Um, for one, you'll find that there might be a woman out there who's like cool with it. Um,
absolutely.
because the same way that there's guys that are cool with two women being together, there are also guys that are not cool with two women being together. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
what the hell's wrong with them, but I'm just saying, um,
yeah,
there's guys who are like, they're not cool with it, but there are also women who are cool with two men.
yeah,
As a matter of fact, there are women out there who get off on seeing two men.
yeah,
Um, but the bottom line is like be who you are, like
yeah,
express who you are, and don't leave anyone in the dark.
yeah,
Because even if you use a condom, condoms break.
yeah.
Um, you know, even when you use a condom doesn't block your pubic hair area.
Right.
So there's still fluids being passed around, and then you turn around and you go back to your girl and you do something with her and she catches something from you because it's not just HIV and AIDS.
Yeah.
It's herpes. Like there's so many
Yep.
things that's out there that
Yeah.
can still get passed even when you use a condom.
Yeah. And then
So
it's like, even with the herpes thing, that's why I feel like, you know, I do like kissing. I feel like that is very intimate, and I feel like people need to care more about that too. Like, be mindful of who you're kissing, because you don't know what they have in their mouth, or even if you're having protected sex, but you're allowing them to have, perform oral sex on you, you don't know what's inside of their mouth, so
right,
it's very important, to I feel like when you first dating someone, come to the terms, is it just me and you? Are you still talking to other people, dealing with other people? Get tested together, before you even get to any of those points, of performing oral sex, even kissing, and it's crazy because now I used to smoke, right? Smoke weed, and I don't no more. And you know how like when it comes to smoking weed, people be like, "Oh, you want to match me? You want to hit my blunt?" And I started looking at that after I stopped smoking. Like, dang, that's kind of dirty. Like, why would you put your lips on something that somebody else is sharing? Um,
yeah,
you like you could be like letting your homegirl hit your blunt, and she could have been sucking some dirty nigga dick the night before.
the
And
night
next thing you
or
know,
right
y'all got
before,
some. That's what I'm
right
saying.
before.
Like, exactly, and the same with men, So now, and I never looked at it that way, and I feel like a lot of people don't look at it that way because they're like, "Oh, let's match," like we smoking, whatever. It's very casual, But I'm like, now I look at it like if I was to ever go back to smoking, wouldn't nobody hit my blunt? Like nobody's lips
Right.
would touch my blunt at all because I don't know what you're doing, and I don't know what you have, So I feel like people need to be more mindful of the kissing, the smoking after each other, drinking off of each other, even when it comes to your
Yeah.
your friends, um, and also I want to talk about people knowingly knowing like if you have an STD or something and you just don't care about no one, that's just reckless, you know.
So not only is that reckless, but for anybody who views this show, please, if you have an STD, for one, get it taken care of if you can, but definitely let the person know. that you're getting involved with that you do have one, because
Yep.
that's actually a crime, and
Yeah.
you can be penalized for that, and you can be sent to jail for that.
Yep.
If you knowingly have HIV and you have some sex with somebody and you don't let them know, that's attempted murder.
Yep.
So if nothing else scared you that we said on this show, let that scare you. That you
Yeah.
can spend time in jail just because you didn't let somebody know your status.
Yep. It's I do want to tell a short little story. It was this girl that I used to be friends with in my 20s, and me and her was cool. She went to Miami, for vacation with some of her other friends. She met a guy. She eventually brought him back to, like, out to the DC area, and she actually got herpes from him, but he actually knew, and it was like her whole life
Wow.
changed. Honestly, I felt so bad for her. I couldn't even, I didn't even know what to tell her. She started doing some holistic things, but it definitely, like, I feel like people, when you go to Miami or wherever, you like, oh, I'm having a good time. Like, what happens here stays here. You know what I'm saying? But
But
I
it
feel
don't.
like the guy that she was, I feel like the guy that gave her that, like, he knew, and he did not care. And mind you, imagine how many other women he did that to and gave them herpes,
Yeah.
and now there's something that you got to live with, and can affect you on who you date, because everyone's not going to be cool with that, regardless if you have some type of medication. Everybody's not going to be cool with dating someone that has herpes. You know what I'm saying? So it's, it's, it's,
And
it's,
I don't understand why. Well, I guess I understand to a certain extent why some guys would do that. It's wrong, but they feel like
yeah,
if they let somebody know their status, then they won't get with me or whatever. Or
right.
if a woman lets a guy know their status, they won't give it them. But like, just give them the opportunity to make that decision. Don't take that
Right.
decision from them.
Exactly.
Um,
Like, I'm pretty sure they have groups that, I'm not saying that you have to put yourself in a box, but I'm pretty sure there are other people that have herpes or HIV that look for companionship. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like those are the people. And I don't want to, like, try to limit people and say that's all they can date. No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like, I'm not putting no one in that box, but it's just like you can find someone that can relate to you or will accept you. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, but you got to let someone know. You can't just be spreading stuff, and not caring about how it will affect that person,
yeah,
you
and,
know?
and and the crazy thing is, so I know on like previous shows we talked about polygamy and polyamory and swinging and all of that. And the crazy thing is, those are the most safest circles of people because everybody in those circles are using condoms, as
Okay.
opposed to people who are cheating and not telling the person that they're with.
Yeah.
Um, they're not using condoms. Like um, polygamists, well, polygamists probably not so much because they're married, but polyamorous,
Hmm.
swingers, like they have like a condom mandatory.
Oh, okay.
Um, whereas guys and girls are, going out there cheating and they're not using condoms. I mean,
Hmm.
if you're gonna keep it, if you're gonna go out there and you're gonna keep it from somebody, at least protect them because they don't even know that they're unprotected. Like,
Right.
so if you're gonna go out there, I mean, I don't condone cheating in any way, but if
Yeah.
you're gonna go out there and you're gonna cheat, at least protect the person that you with.
Right. Yep. So, I don't know. Let's get on the subject about women. Women. Yes, women can have bad hygiene. It can very much be them. It can very much be the soap that they're using that has their pH off. It could be their diet. Um, and it could also, something that I feel like I really want to talk about is that a lot of women don't know that they need to be taking a probiotic every single day. A probiotic
Mm-hmm.
actually balances your pH. And I feel like, I'm gonna speak for Black women. I feel like a lot of our elders, they weren't taught that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, as times is changing, they're developing things where they're like, okay, this works better. Um, like my grandmother, her sister, they were never really taught about a probiotic. You know, I feel like that's something, you know, that people are learning about. Some women still don't know. So it's like you got to take a probiotic to keep your pH balanced every single day. Like I'm faithful to a probiotic. Like it makes me feel good, you know. So it's like just like I take my vitamin D every day, I take a probiotic. It's very important. You know, and then also it's like we want to talk about women having multiple sex partners too, you know, or
Yeah,
women, if you know that your man is cheating, like you might not be okay with it, but in the back of your mind, you know that your man is fucking around. You should not be okay with having unprotected sex with him. You know
you
what I'm saying?
shouldn't.
Like people don't. Oh, I don't like using a condom because I don't like the feeling. But it's like if you know your man is sleeping around and you, as a woman, don't have the courage yet to get up and leave him, even though you know he's fucking around, it's your responsibility to take care of yourself and wrap it up. You know, making sure that no, like we're not having sex unless we use a condom. You know, so I feel like women need to
And
also take accountability.
absolutely, and all the single ladies out there, um, I know you get those situations where everything is fast paced and fast moving, and you're trying to jump into bed with somebody, and no one's thinking about that condom until it's too
Yeah,
late.
yeah,
Ladies, stop the guy. Just put the brakes on the situation for one moment, because that one moment might cost you the rest of your life. Just put
yeah.
the brakes on and go, yo, you got a condom? Ladies, don't be ashamed of keeping a condom. If you having sex at your house, keep condoms yourself. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah.
Problem is, not every woman has that courage to say that they need to use a condom, unfortunately, especially
I'm
with their man.
okay.
Absolutely.
I agree with you, but like I'll use myself as an example. It was someone I was dealing with years ago in the past, and I was dealing with him for a long time, but I knew he wasn't shit. I knew that he was fucking around. And it got to the point where I realized like I was scared. I told myself like this man is gonna give me something. Like I was scared for my life. So even though it's like we went all of these years without using a condom, I straight up was like, no, we're not having sex no more unless we use a condom. And I did not care. He didn't like it. He didn't understand. He probably thought I was fucking around. I don't know, and I really don't care. But if he wanted to continue to have sex, we had to use the condom because I at that point could not trust him with my body and I was scared. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm older now. I don't trust men. You know, I want to say I don't trust men now, but I don't. I don't. I'm petrified. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm really petrified. That's why I stay to myself. I'm staying celibate right now because I'm scared. You know, people be living all of these double, triple lives. You know, and I'm not trying to get nothing, and I'm being dead serious. Like I haven't been having sex. I went to the doctor today. I had to get routine blood work for like my some health problems I had, and she was like, "Well, do you want to get your blood work done for STDs and HIV?" Yep, sure do. Like, what is it gonna hurt? Even though I know I haven't had sex, and I know I got tested even after I've been celibate. Yeah, test me again. I really don't care. Test me a million times. You know, like I care about my health in all aspects. You know, so um, you know, if you care about yourself, I don't care. Like if you willing to keep taking a man back and keep having sex with a man that you know is cheating, at least protect yourself. You know, you're gonna be a dummy when it comes to like, oh, I'm still gonna stick around. And I'm not calling, you know, because I was a dummy at a point in time, you know, sticking around. But it's like eventually you gotta do better, you know. And that to me is the start of like, you know, putting a boundary of I'm making you use a condom, and then eventually you'll get to the point where it's like, I have no business dealing with this guy anyway. Like, if
Right.
I can't have
Right.
the most intimate moments with this guy and be free with this guy, I shouldn't even be having sex with him at all. Like, you know, if I gotta sit here and share, you know.
Let's see what we got here.
Yeah.
Looking back on previous relationships, I know my ex. I know my ex was cheating, but I let it go. I was in my 20s, which the 20s is the
Yeah.
invincible age
Yes.
anyway.
Exactly.
But now I know better. Yeah, 20s is definitely that invincible age. We think nothing can happen to us. And I'll tell you a crazy story that happened to me. So I was at a conference, a school conference, And the topic of the school conference, this was back when everybody was talking about HIV and AIDS. And the young lady that was up there talking, she was kind of pleading with everybody to get yourself tested and use protection. And after the conference was over, nice looking young lady, I was sitting there having a conversation with her, and we were getting that vibe. And she was like, "No, I'm actually HIV positive," and there was nothing that looked out of the like. She didn't look like she was sick or
Right.
nothing like that.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there talking. I was like, "Damn!" And you talking? I'm talking about. I'm like 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting someone 18, 19 years old to have
Right.
HIV, and she was like, "No, I'm positive." She's like, "I got raped, and I
Wow.
got raped by a man who's HIV positive. He gave it to me, and I have to live with that until I die." And I was just sitting there looking at her like, "Yo, if I met her on the street,
Mhm.
I would have never thought, and if she never told me, anything could have
Yeah.
happened to me." So
Yeah.
that right there straightened my life up. Like,
Mhm.
and of course, we slip. Everybody slips. But try not to, because
Yeah.
that one slip might be the slip of a lifetime.
Yeah. And I definitely understand what, the person who commented, in my, because I was in my 20s and I was doing the same thing. I knew my ex was cheating. I stayed with him, but it's like now I'm in my 30s and it's like, I know better. I have no, I'm not dealing with no guy. And that's why I stand firm on monogamy because I'm like, I stand firm. If I'm going to deal with someone, it's going to be one person. I'm scared. People out here moving reckless. You know what I'm saying? Women, I don't want to just blame women because men always, do their thing, but some women, don't have no morals neither, and men be loving that sometimes. They love that when women throw it
Hmm.
at them, they gonna take it, so um it's a little dangerous out here and I'm scared.
It's really dangerous, and
Yeah.
it's definitely a time to be really scared. Um, Another thing about ladies, since I beat up on the men first.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Ladies, using douche, and I think all ladies should know this now. You shouldn't constantly use a douche,
You shouldn't use
because
one at all.
it takes away from your natural cleansing
Yeah.
properties. And if your parents didn't, if your mom didn't know that, and your grandmom didn't know that, and they didn't teach
Right.
you, we gonna teach you right here on the show.
Right. Yeah.
That takes away from your natural cleansing properties.
Yep.
So if women are constantly getting yeast infections, constantly getting UIs, or UTIs, it's that may be causing it. Not only that, but like you said earlier, the different types of soaps that you're using.
Yes.
There are feminine products that are
Yeah.
used just for that. I know that there's one, and I don't like to give shout outs if they ain't paying us, but I'll give this one. What is it? Honey Pot, I think it is.
Yeah. I never
She
really used those.
she it's a really good product line, and it's
Okay.
it's a product line that is geared towards African American women.
Okay.
And there's another one I can't think of off the top of my head, and why I know these things I don't know.
Is it
But
one I do used
um,
to know of? It was called Queen V.
yes, that's the other one, Queen
Yeah.
V.
They they was the shit during the pandemic. They stopped making their products, and their products is sold at like Walmart, Target, and all that. And
Yes.
they stopped their production. It was so bad that people that had extra soaps during the pandemic was selling on eBay for like hundreds of dollars because this soap literally keeps your vagina balanced, well balanced, and it not just that, but they have probiotics. They have probiotics that has cranberry in there, to prevent like UTIs and stuff. That's a good
Yeah.
that's definitely a good brand. I personally use I use like a yoni soap from, it's a natural soap from Dr. Sadie's grandson. And it
Okay.
doesn't have no fragrance in there at all, and it keeps your pH balanced, so because sometimes if some soaps have like fragrances in there, it can cause you to have a UTI.
Yeah.
So yeah, just do your research, look at the reviews on where you choose to get feminine soap products from, but you definitely shouldn't be douching. When I was young, I thought like you were supposed to do that every time that you got off your period. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Like I thought that like boom, that's how you clean yourself out. You know what I'm saying? The whole time, they're like, no, like it can cause your pH to go off balance, So you definitely shouldn't be douching. Use a good feminine product, use your probiotic. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you having protected sex so that, your vagina is fresh and clean.
So I was watching what was it, Finding a Sister Wife or Seeking a Sister Wife, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the couples, one of the requirements that they had for was, of course, after there was the whole time period of there was no sex until you've married into the polygamy or
Mm-hmm.
polygamous relationship. But then even afterwards, the woman was like, you have to go 30 days without sex,
Okay.
30 days of cleansing yourself with certain products. This way, you kind of detox your body,
Mm-hmm.
so that our pHs match. And that's for the two women's pHs to match because they're going to be having unprotected sex with the same man. And she was
Okay.
like, it's important for our pHs to match so that we're not throwing each other off. What we got?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she had to do a detox. Yeah, and Yanni. Oh, Yanni steam. Whoa, steam. What steam? Y'all steaming the
Yeah.
vaginas now?
Women do that sometimes. Women do that sometimes. It's like they have like a spot that they sit on top, kind of, and it's like it steams it. Um, I've never done it. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, I can't vouch for it whether it works or not. You know what I'm saying? I was
Oh,
able
the
to.
couple, the couples, the women's steam in the
Okay.
the polygamous relationship. The two women
Okay.
with steam, and there are all type of holistic ways to kind of cleanse yourself. And I
Yeah.
from what they were doing on the show, that was one of them.
Yeah.
But it's all about, for one, it's all about protecting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Is most importantly protecting yourself. But if you know that your mate is out there or y'all are not in a committed relationship, you know, there's so many things that can throw a woman's pH off. A woman's pH is probably the most fragile thing in the
Yeah.
bedroom. Like any slight little thing. Guys go out and play basketball all day, come home to their girl, jump in the bed. You ain't been cheating, but you've been
Yeah.
sweating. And
Mm-hmm.
now you're pushing that inside of her.
Right. Yeah, and it's
So,
like you want your girl cat to be smelling good. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do your part too. Because a lot of men be quick to point the blame, like, "Oh, her coochie stink." Da 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 da. But the whole time, like, it's you. Like, you the reason why. So
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And guys, if the pussy smell too damn good, too many perfumes, leave it alone. Move away from it. Um,
yeah. But I
a,
mean,
wo- a
it is
woman don't
things.
have to do that.
No, a woman, even like, first of all, I know it's certain things that if you eat can affect the smell. We're not talking about the pH, the
Yeah,
smell. Like I never knew. Someone told me probably like last year that like asparagus makes. I can't say for your vagina smell, but it makes your piss stink. Like if you eat asparagus,
yeah,
But they say like pineapple, like if you eat pineapples, like any type of fruit, that has the smell good, So, but
yeah.
also
It,
I
it, it
think
passes through that way.
yeah. I
Exactly.
also I also want to talk about like, and this might be too much, but I don't care. Women on their period, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe in period sex. I feel like that's the time for a woman's vagina to clean itself. You know what I'm saying? It's blood. And also with using tampons, I used to use tampons. And this might be a debate, but I really don't care. This is my opinion. But I feel like tampons aren't really clean, and some people will probably be like, "No, sitting in your blood on a pad isn't clean." But something shouldn't. I don't believe something should be up in your vagina just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? And they might say like, "Oh, it's soaking up," but it's still sitting inside of there. I feel like using pads. it's like it's flushing out of you. Yeah, like on the outside you might be having it on, but she said it's definitely a debate. But I feel like it's coming, it's flowing out of you. It's not like your blood, your old blood is just sitting in there until you take it out. You know what I'm saying? I never use the little cup things. I have no idea what that's about. But also my sister, she said I'm not wearing a diaper. But I don't care. But I'm gonna tell you the real reason. I'm gonna tell you the real reasons why I stopped using tampons and started using pads. Okay, my sister told me that when you use tampons, you tend to stay on your period longer. So I was just like, okay, let me try it out. Right? Boom. Because I used to be on my period 7 whole days. Right? I started wearing pads, my period is 4 days. That's it, because it all comes out of me. And then not just this, not just that. Some people don't know this. Some women do know this. Wearing a tampon, if you have a tampon in too long, there was a girl that had to get her leg amputated from wearing a tampon too long. They're very dangerous.
Yeah. What is it? You become septic.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, it's a debate. I personally think using a pad, some people might not think so. Test it out. I'm telling you. Test it out. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You can be like, oh yeah, what? 4 days? I'm telling you, I used to be so mad, like 7 whole days, and this was like my whole life ever since I was like, I was a young girl. Ever since I got my period, a full week, and it's annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like you uncomfortable like that. That it's a lot of symptoms that come with it, but it's just like you just want the blood to stop. It's nasty. You don't want to deal with it. So the fact that like my sister told me that, and it literally went from 7 to 4 days. I love it.
Wow.
So I definitely,
I'm
yeah,
learning. I'm learning.
yeah, yeah. So sure,
So, guys, if you tune into the show, these are things that you need to have a conversation with your lady about. She may not know. If she's not watching the
yeah,
show, talk to her about this. She may not know. And
yeah.
and for guys, from 7 to 4 days, that means you getting sex that much quicker.
Okay,
So,
yeah,
tell her about it. She may not know.
yeah. Yep,
Um,
absolutely.
what with tampon 6 easy, and I'm not even heavy.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. Um, I have no skin in this game. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Try it out. I've never tried the period panties. I've never tried that. But yeah, I would definitely say try it out. Try the pads out. I feel like it's cleaner, it's quicker, get it done and over with. I know my whole life changed ever since. Some people might not like it because they definitely feel like you have a diaper on, but you know, get it in, get it over with. That's how I look at it. But
um, so y'all done pulled me into a rabbit hole.
it's
I don't
okay.
even have anything to say on it.
It's
I don't even know how
okay.
to talk about it. Um,
We gonna make
but
y'all men feel uncomfortable because we got to deal with this.
I know my mom used to tell me when me and my brother was growing up, because young boys, we just thinking, I don't care if she on a period or not. If she willing to give me the sex, I'm gonna get the sex. But my mom used to tell me not. Period sex is all bad because that's basically a woman releasing bad blood, so to speak. Like
Yeah.
it's what accumulated inside of her uterus, and you can get infections from that.
Right. Yeah.
Um, and I was sitting there looking at my mom like, we don't have to have this conversation, but I guess we did, because me and my brother was. What happened was my brother, and I'm telling on him right now. Um, he came home and mom washing the clothes, and there was a little bit of blood in the front of his underwear, and she was just like, "What the fuck?" And he spilled the beans, and that opened up
Okay.
that conversation. Luckily, I had a mom who was willing to have those kind of conversations with us.
That's
Um,
good.
but yeah, period sex is not the best thing in the world. It that's bacteria. That's basically
Yeah.
bacteria. And guys, I know you don't want to hear this, but yeah, you can get infections as well. You can get a urinary tract infection, the same way a woman can. And just imagine how painful that is. And I'm gonna stop right there. Um, let's see what we got. Trust and believe. You can have sex with no issues with a woman on her period. Doesn't have to be a regular, but sometimes, I mean, okay.
I mean, if that's your thing, these my personal beliefs. I personally believe like that's your time to clean yourself. I don't know. And then it's like it also like every woman is different, but if you going through other symptoms, being on your period because it comes with so many symptoms. I just I don't know. It's never been my thing.
Yeah, and I'm sure for some women, because some women their menstrual cycle is a lot more painful than others.
Yeah,
It's not the most comfortable thing in the world. So guys, be understanding of that. If your
yeah,
woman's on a period, that's the time. Just like if a woman is pregnant, when she's on her period, that's the time to kind of coddle her, because let's be abundantly clear. If guys had to go through that every month, we would have our uterus taken out at 18. Like, we're not
yeah,
built for pain every single month. So if your woman's going through that, that's not the time to cause problems. That's the time to alleviate the issues.
yeah.
Um, it's a hard time for women, and I know this because I grew up in a house with three women: my mom, my two sisters, and during that time of the month, it was never happy for anybody, especially men,
Hmm.
in the house. So let's see what we got. So no man can tell me I'm PMSing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
That.
yeah, guys, take that shit out your vocabulary.
Yeah.
Do not tell a woman, oh, you arguing because you PMSing. Just shut the hell up. Deal with
Yeah.
whatever's going through, because you're
Yeah.
probably the problem. The
Hmm.
PMSing is that her emotions are heightened.
Yeah.
The reason she's arguing because her emotions are heightened, but the problem was there before she got on her period.
Hmm.
It just got heightened at that point. So guys, don't say
Yeah.
that shit.
I feel like even though it's an uncomfortable situation that men don't really want to talk about or hear, you know what I'm saying? But it's the reality of what women have to deal with. I feel like be a little empathetic. Like put yourself in her shoes. Our hormones is all over the place. We have acne, back pain, breast pain, all types of stuff, and then emotional, So
Yeah.
it's like, don't, even if a woman is like upset or PMSing or whatever the case may be, don't even take it personal. It's our hormones that we can't control. And some men, they don't really take the time to understand that there are a lot of men that do. And I respect that. I really do respect men that take the time to learn about women's bodies, but I wouldn't take it personal, when we go through those phases. It's just something we have to deal with.
Like, honestly, guys, take the time out to just, if you can research anything, if you plan on being in a relationship or you plan on dealing with the opposite sex,
Mhm.
learn their body, learn their emotions, learn the things that they go through. Trust
Yeah.
me, it'll make your life a whole lot easier. Like,
Yeah.
if you're sitting there and your woman is upset or quiet or aggravated, and you know it's that time of the month. First rule, let's back up. You should know when your woman's period comes.
Mhm.
If you need to put the app on your damn phone,
Right.
put the app on your phone. You
Yeah.
should know when it's coming, so this way you kind of can be there for her during that time. It's it's 4 to 7 days, guys. 4 to 7 days of you making sure that she's comfortable and well taken care of.
Yeah.
A good woman is doing that for you even when she's on her period. She's making sure that you're comfortable and taken care of even when she's on her period. So if you just have to dedicate 4 to 7 days of making sure that she is absolutely good, thanks for agreeing with me, that she's absolutely good, then that's not a bad thing. Like, take that time and know. So this way, when she's getting ready to come on a period, maybe you won't fuck up so much and piss her off. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe you'll take the fucking trash out before she asks you.
Yeah.
You know, so guys, women go through this every single month. It's not something that's a surprise. It's not like she's like, surprise, I'm on period. No, that shit was coming. You knew it.
Yeah.
Um,
I
so
have a
take the time
question
out
too.
to coddle her. Take care of her. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay, so I have a good question. This is so funny. All right, so say not so much like being in a relationship with somebody, but maybe you're having sex with someone or you're linking up with someone. And they're like, oh, I want to see you, but you're on your period. Do you feel like women should tell them that they're on their period before they come? Or you think they
Hell
should
yeah.
just surprise them? You think so?
No, hell yeah. Let them know. Let them know. At least, and so it's the same thing as a guy giving a woman the
Why? Because okay,
opportunity to make a
this my question
decision.
though.
Let her make the
Even if
decision.
okay, but okay, maybe it wasn't just like a, maybe it's like maybe it's like a little relationship situationship or something, right? If you say you want to see me, is it just only based on sex? You know what I'm saying? So why do I need to disclose that like I'm on my period before I come?
So it's not only based on sex, but ladies, let's be honest. If a guy says I want to see you, that's part of why he want to see you. So don't let him get over there. And it's like, oh, we hanging out, we cooking together, we about to eat a meal, and then y'all getting ready to get into it, and you like, oh, I'm on a period. You could let me. I could have ate at the house. I could have ate at the house by myself. Like,
Yeah, but that's petty. That's petty because, like, I feel like us women, like, we already talked about us being sensitive, right? So it's like, if, if like, you want to see us, like, of course we're vulnerable during that time. So it's like, oh, you want to see me? Okay, you should want to see me. Like, it shouldn't just be based on that. And then if you really say, like, if somebody was to tell me, like, oh, you should have told me that before I came over here. Bye. Don't ever talk to me again in your life. Like, that would
so,
piss me off.
so a smart man would never say that. A smart
True.
man would keep that shit inside. Like, this is some bullshit. Um, but ladies, lead with this right here. Hey, I'm on my period. I just need somebody to come rub my stomach. I need you to come, not somebody. I need you to come rub
Yeah.
my stomach. I'm
Yeah.
cramping really bad. If that man is into you, he will come over and do that no matter what.
Yeah.
If he's not into you, then he just kind of showed you he's not into you. Oh
Right.
nah. Oh, I just remembered. I was gonna come over, but my boy wanted to go play basketball, so I'm gonna bounce. Um, so
Okay.
ladies, you will find out the character of the person you're dealing with if you
Mm.
tell him. If you
Okay.
tell him in advance, I want to see you. I'm on my period. I'm cramping. My stomach is hurting really bad. If that man's into you, that man's gonna be like, yo, I'll be over there in a little bit. I'll cook. I'll rub your stomach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I ain't
that
gonna
lets you
lie.
know who you're dealing with.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. In the past, I was on petty time. Oh, you want to see me? I literally wait the last minute, like, oh, I'm on my period, just to see if somebody really fuck with me like that. Like for real, just want to see your reaction.
That's
Like,
petty.
I don't give a shit. Cause men be off
That's
the self anyway. Men,
petty.
men be off the self anyway.
Not all
Like,
men though. Like some guys would be like, "Yo, I'm gonna take care of you. I got you." You know what I'm saying?
I
It
mean,
don't matter
I
that you
mean,
on
I
your
feel
period. I'm gonna
like
come through
now
and
that
look
I'm
out.
older, now I'm older. If I was to be dealing with somebody, I guess so. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. In the past, I was definitely on petty time. I wouldn't give a shit. Oh, you want to see me? Okay, cool. Come see me. You know?
That's
And I would
fucked
literally
up.
wait the last minute because even when I would see them, if it was like, honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Like when they would come see me, I wouldn't know how to tell them at that point because I waited till they got there. You know, so I
All right,
don't
so
know.
now I gotta help my guys out for the ladies that are being out there being petty. Guys, if you go over to our house and she got on the biggest damn panties that she owned in the damn place, leave. She's on her period. Like she is not trying to be sexy. She's not thinking sexy. She's not feeling sexy.
Yeah, but
She's on
it's
her
like
period.
we still want to cuddle and stuff. We want to feel like we're important. You know what I'm saying? So
So
and
tell
it's
him
like
that.
Okay, but I just don't feel like we have to. I don't feel like we should have to be like, yeah, I'm on my period, and then you be like, oh, well, never mind. I'm gonna just call this other bitch up. Like, no, because that's gonna hurt our feelings. So I feel like we just need to see that you really fuck with us before we you know what I'm saying? But okay, I see your point of view. I just had to ask that question.
So, all right. So let me put it to you like this. Okay, so some guys, especially as you get older, as guys get older, if you drink too much, if you have a long night of drinking, you might not be able to get up. Your soldier might not be able to salute. Should he tell you that he's having that issue? If you horny, you feeling it, you want it. Now the shoe's on the other foot.
Now I mean, shit, you do got a point. You do
I
got a
have
point. I
a
mean, but let's be real. Let's be 100. Okay, men who know they can't get their shit up, they not disclosing that shit before they invite you over, and they know they shit can't never get up.
they not
They're
and
not. So if you wanna compare, niggas be doing the same shit. You know your dick don't work. Like like, or it's either it don't work or you going up real fast, and you know that because it's an ongoing issue. It's not like it's just something that randomly fucking happened. You feel me? But you're not about to tell me, hey, just be prepared because you're gonna be disappointed. Like, no, like the fuck, like come on, yeah, come over here. I'm gonna stick my dick in you for 1 second, and then you ain't even shit ourselves. Like, no. Hell no, they not about to say that. So I guess we both fatty.
So I have a female friend, right, who she was talking to this guy about him coming to see her. Now he was flying in to come
Okay.
see her for the weekend. He flies in. He goes, he meets up with her, comes to the house. He can't get up, but he
Okay.
knows it's an ongoing issue.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Fuck that shit." And guys, this is how far women will go with this shit. She paid the extra money for him to get an earlier flight to get the fuck up out.
Ooh. Yeah. I believe it. Women will get sexually frustrated.
So understand if a guy gets sexually frustrated, if he wants to get with you, and you tell him, yeah, come through, know what I'm saying? Come hang out. We can Netflix and chill, which everybody knows what the fuck that is. And
Yeah.
then he get over there and you like, yeah, but I'm on my period, so we just gonna really Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
He gonna be upset.
I mean, I guess so. We all gonna be upset. We all gonna be. I mean, we all gonna be upset. Shit. You can't
Why
please
should I be mad
everybody.
by myself? Everybody should be mad in the house. Just everybody get mad.
Man, men know how to live with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, I mean, ultimately, I feel like men also, like men also want to feel important. They don't want to feel like they're being used by women either. Whether, I never heard of a man complaining being used about sex, but I mean, some men might feel that way, or even being used when it comes to their pockets. You know what I'm saying? No one want to feel like it's just about money or it's just about this. So I feel like the same way that you want to know, like, a woman fucks with you for who you are, we want to know you fuck with us for who we are too. And it's not just about the sex.
Okay, guys, listen to me. If you go to a woman's house and she ain't tell you she was on her period, let her know I'm gonna have sex. You're not gonna have sex because I'm gonna jerk off on you. I'm
No,
gonna
I
use
mean,
your body.
but that's what I'm saying though. Like, I mean, just like somebody, the person in the comments was like, a woman gonna reward you either way. Like, you know what I'm saying? A woman gonna take care of you regardless. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
That's
you
right. A
don't
good
actually
woman
have to
will.
have physical
You're right.
sex to get your shit off. So yeah,
If
we
you
just want to feel like we important too. Like, you fuck with us.
guys, if you go over to a woman's house and she says, I'm on my period, tell her your mouth ain't.
First of
So I
all,
mean,
no, you gotta say it in a nice
it
way.
could be a nicer way, but I'm saying
He said your
that's
mouth
the
down.
square root.
It's
Yeah, to
look,
let her
it's
know
not
your
what you
mouth ain't
say, it's how you
bleeding.
say it. What you say is how you
Exactly.
say it. You be like, okay, baby, you still gonna take care of me though? That's what y'all say.
That's why. See, that's why. What is it? So guys, there's a way that you can say, "Give me head" without being so crass. and it's
Yeah.
saying, I want some fellatio. It sounds so much smoother. It just sounds nicer. I want
Hmm.
fellatio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of saying, yo, give me some head or suck my,
Your
give
mouth
me
ain't broke.
fellatio. Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Can we do this
Yeah.
other ways? Can you help me get off? Because I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna take care of you tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna rub
Right.
your belly. I'm gonna cuddle with you. But can you help me? Because I
Yeah.
came over here and I thought I was gonna be helped, and I need help.
Right. I
So
mean,
yeah.
we want to like, come on now. Like when we're on our period, we feel like shit. We feel like shit. It's just the most shittiest thing. And I feel like men will never understand unless you was in that position. So like, don't make us feel like shit. You know?
Nah, you're right. Don't do that. Do everything you possibly can to make her feel good, make her feel comfortable, and
Yeah. And
good
it also
women will
don't
make
make
you
us
feel
feel
comfortable.
good. It also don't. It also I can speak for myself, but to me personally, it don't make us feel good to not be able to have sex with our man during that time neither. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we want to please our man, and we also don't want to think like, oh, because we can't have sex right now because I'm on a period. He might try to go have sex with someone else. So um,
So
it bothers us just as much to not be able to have
for
sex to please you.
for the person who dropped the comment in, don't if he says what, escort him to the door. Help me out. Help me with what you're
I
saying,
think she
because
said she's talking about.
oh, your
She was
mouth
like,
ain't
"Oh, your
bleeding.
mouth, yeah, yeah, your mouth still works." Exactly, because don't talk to me crazy.
I think that's just talking honest. Let's see.
Okay, but
Most
like I
women
said, it's
are horny during sex.
yeah, or during that
Um,
period. Yes, we are.
I'm assuming that was supposed to be during period. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, women are,
yeah,
and we'll have a whole show, and we'll talk about the other holes in the body for a woman and stuff like that. But that's for another show.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Um, so guys, that's not the only hole in just others that you yeah, we figured that's what you meant during the
Yeah,
period. Um, but there's just so many things that men and women just need to have open conversations about.
yeah,
And if you do that, life might be a little different. If you say to your lady, I want to come over, and she says to you, well, I'm on period, and you go, well, you know what? I can take care of you, and you can take care of me.
yeah.
She might be like, you know what? I understand where you're coming from. Because
Yes.
most women nowadays, and I think this is kind of a new aha moment for women. They realize that if your man is not leaving out the house hungry or horny, you might have a chance of that guy not cheating on you. It just
Yeah.
depends on the type of guy that you with. If he's a dog, he gonna be a dog. He gonna cheat even if you having sex with him every day. But most men, if you feed him and fuck him,
Mhm.
he's kind of like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm solid. Especially if y'all live together.
Yeah.
If y'all live together and you taking care of those two things, he'd rather come home and deal with you than spend money trying to finesse somebody else into doing it. He'll stay home, ladies.
Yeah.
Ladies, he'll stay home.
Yep. So I have a question. It's kind of like a game question, how you did the last time. The question is, sex is cool until.
Oh, depends on the situation. So for some guys, in casual sex situations, sex is cool until emotions get involved.
Okay.
Um, if you're in a committed relationship, some guys might think sex is cool until she farts.
Oh.
Then it's like, ah, damn, yo, you just fucked up
Yeah.
the moment. Let's see, hold on. Until he cannot make you come.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Talk about it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We go. That's truth.
Yeah.
That's definitely true. Guys, definitely. If you can't please her, why is she there? Like,
Right.
like if you're not pleasing her, think about it like this, guys. If you are not making her have an orgasm, you are literally using her body to jerk off. Let that shit stew for a moment.
Yeah.
Let that stew. Like, so yeah, sex is cool until it becomes selfish. There we go. That's a good way of saying
Okay.
it.
What up?
Sex is cool
It's nothing else that would turn you off during sex though. Like during
during
sex.
sex.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's cool until what happens.
until the moment she stops moving. Like if she's not active in it, oh hell no. Like she's gotta.
Okay.
If I throw it back. I throw it back. But if I'm throwing it and you land there like a steak, hell no.
Okay.
Hell no.
Okay.
So yeah. Let's see.
I
Hold on.
okay.
Until he think he can pull more women than you can do men.
I mean, yeah. I know somebody that told me before they was like they dude that they was dealing with, his breath started to stink all the time. I don't know if he had a
Mmm.
bad tooth or something, but she was in her face. You know what I'm saying? And she basically told me, she was like, I was trying to have sex with him because his fucking breath was stinking all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
But but think
that's a part of
about that. He's
hygiene.
gonna try to have oral sex with her. Like so, think
You gotta
about that.
understand
That's
that too.
nasty.
Yeah, yeah. That's another part of hygiene though. You know what I'm saying? If you got a bad tooth, but you worry about wearing designer, go to the fucking dentist. Like, no,
Right.
you shouldn't be walking around with a funky ass tooth. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying dental is expensive, but it's a priority of your health and your hygiene. You know what I'm saying? So, exactly.
Can't
And you
have
can't
sex
even
if you
have sex
can't
with somebody if
kiss.
your breath stinking. Like, all right, you might be performing well and everything, but if you got stinky breath and you all in my face, like, nah, like that's dead. Um, okay, I might get a lot of heat for this. This is me personally, because I got into a debate with my homegirl about this shit. I say sex is cool until a dude try a nut on my face or something. And she like, what? What? Yeah. Maybe that's why I'm single. Maybe that's why I'm
God,
single. But I
be a
don't know.
little nasty.
That's what she said, but she married though. But I'm like, okay. Like she was like, I'm supposed to be his freak. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's your husband. So it's like whatever your husband is cool with and you cool with, it's whatever. Y'all a married couple. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, this is how I always felt. And we talked about this. She said, I just always felt like if a man do that to you, he don't got no respect for you. Now, if you're in a relationship with him, it's completely different. You know what I'm saying? But it's just not something that I personally want to partake in. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, so respect. Yeah, don't get it in her hair. You can't even if you can't get a black woman's hair wet. Make sure you don't get no cum in her hair. But
Yeah,
yeah, be nasty. Gotta be
yeah,
nasty. You
yeah.
gotta be a little nasty.
I
That's
mean,
what
I
a
guess.
guy wants a nasty woman that he could walk around and she's a lady when they walk out the house, but in the house, oh she
Yeah.
nasty.
I mean, but I ain't gonna hold you. Ain't nobody even attempt to try to do that to me. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. I would probably slap somebody if they try, like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I feel like it's debatable, because my homegirl like, what, like, we was drinking one night, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't believe in that. Even when it comes to swallowing and stuff like that, I don't believe in that. Like, so yeah, when it comes to me, sex is cool. It's all that.
Okay, so hold on. Help me out because I'm getting older. What the hell is FWB?
Mm, is it a fuck buddy? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, what is FWB?
Friends with benefits.
Thank you. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Okay.
No, I don't. She said you don't follow either. I sure don't, baby. Probably when I'm single.
What?
No.
Mean people spit. Nice people swallow.
I'm sorry. I mean, look, but I'm a cancer though, so it's like I don't please my man, but mm-mm. I don't want to feel disrespected in the
Oh,
process.
that's not being disrespected. Okay, so here's the problem. Here's how that all got started, right? Here's the thing with that. Guys watch a lot of porn, and they watch what's called the money shot. So the money shot is sometimes, not all the time. Yeah, I think you got to be in the mood for that. It's not like every time you now for some women they just like to swallow it. That's their thing. But you gotta be in the mood for that. Let's see, if you don't do it fast, you won't even. If you do it fast, you won't even taste it.
Not her coaching
Okay.
me. Not her coaching me. She like, try it out, girl.
So guys used to watch a lot of porn. Well, guys still watch a lot of porn, and they see that money shot, and they watch women do it in the porn, and they're thinking, okay, so if my woman's gonna be as freaky as the woman in the porn, she got to do that. Let's
Yeah.
see. I might have had a big dinner, girl. Oh, y'all are crazy.
Yeah. She gonna say, so the other girl commented, she said, I guess you don't like dick pics neither. No, I sure don't. I'm not gonna lie. But I can honestly say I feel like it's an equal amount of women that don't like dick pics. You know, I know some freaky women, Scorpio, don't like dick pics neither. You know what I'm saying? Now if it's from your man, it's different because it's like that's your man. But if it's like a random dude in my DM just sending me a dick pic, it's like ew. Like, and I don't care how big it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Random dick pics, no good. Dick pics from the or sexual pics from the person that you're with, definitely good. Um,
Yeah.
if I'm sitting at work and I'm having a rough day and I open up my phone and my woman's sending me a picture of her masturbating, I'm like, my day just got better.
Yeah.
And it should be, vice versa. But yeah,
Yeah, if it
randoms, no.
yeah. If it's somebody you dealing with, that's all cool. You know what I'm saying? But like no randoms. Um I mean I feel like just some women is into it and some women not. I remember I worked at a job and there was this girl, I don't wanna say her race, but you know what it is. And she basically was like, girl, I love dick pics. She's like, I got a whole album. And she literally had a whole
Damn.
album of fucking and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with her? Because that shit is not a turn on to me. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that she was so turned on by them that she had a whole album in her fucking phone. It was crazy, you know. But I feel like it's all
Yeah,
in like what people like.
I've never been that guy. I've never been that random dick pic guy. Like that shit is corny
Yeah.
to me.
Men
Um,
do it all the time.
that shit's corny. Come on now.
Bathtub videos sent to me on Instagram, shower videos. We don't
What?
ask for it. They just be like, "Let me show you." Because maybe it's like maybe some men are used to the response of some women, like, "Oh shit," like, "Oh, he got a big ass dick or something," and then they feel like that's their way in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, women, I'm gonna see for myself. I don't like no random dick pics. Don't
Oh,
send me your dick.
good question. Do you send pics?
Do I send pics? I have like in the past, like when I was probably like in my 20s, but I mean honestly, I don't know. Like I've done it before in the past, like, but I mean I currently don't deal with nobody, so I'm not saying I wouldn't. I would, and especially if a dude I'm fucking with ask me like, oh, send me a picture of something, I'll do it.
I think it's kind of a requirement.
Yeah,
Like
especially if
what
you
you
at work or
wearing.
something, you with your
Yeah.
boo, and you like want him to think about you. Yeah, send him a picture.
Ladies, if you want a guy to come over immediately, send him a naked picture. Tell him this is how
Yeah,
I'm sitting right now. I guarantee he'll be knocking at your door sooner than you know.
yeah.
So, just I like it. I like it. I like the
Hmm.
comments. The comments are going crazy.
Yeah. Like, come on, sis, with your man. Yes.
um, guys, do not send unsolicited dick pics. You're a fucking pervert. You're a perv.
Yeah.
Like,
That's not your way to get in there. Like, if you can be a smart man, let's be real. Let's talk about it. getting in there with a woman. Now, a young girl that's just, she might not know her worth, or she just trying to have fun. Like, she might go for it. But I feel like a woman that know what she want, you gotta come at her correct. You gotta come at her, how you doing, beautiful? Can I take you to dinner? If you don't have that type of approach, you're not getting in there. Like, I'm sorry. Especially now, if a woman
And
just looking for that, then they might be like, "Oh, what's up?" But not me personally, no. And I know some other women who was huge freaks.
yes, yeah, that's probably most women. Most women would probably
Yeah,
agree with you. Um, Guys, if that's all you have to offer a woman, well, a grown woman, because younger women, they don't give a shit. They want dick,
no,
weed, and get them some sneakers, and you good. Like you
yeah,
good. That's all the hell they wanted. But if you trying to deal with a woman, make her laugh.
yeah, yes.
Show her you got some
That,
substance. Make her laugh.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm a sucker for somebody who like make me fucking laugh. Like, cause it's all in like personality.
Okay, so wait, hold on. What's wrong with a guy calling you queen? That's one of the comments. What is
She,
wrong
yeah,
with a
she,
man calling you queen?
she probably look at it like, oh, cheesy. Some women. I'm not speaking for you, but I'm saying like some women be like, oh, he's too goody goody or something. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Like, I probably wouldn't prefer someone to call me queen. I wouldn't be mad at it, but I would more so like. She said grand rising queen, but I would prefer a man to come at me like, how you doing, beautiful, or something like that. I don't know, just reassurance. And also, this is another thing. I feel like men, because I had someone do this recently, like sending me pictures of themselves, not their private area, but themselves. Like, that just let me know you just fully yourself. Like, no, you ain't. You
Yeah,
coming in my inbox.
like know how to start a conversation.
Yeah,
And starting a conversation is not anything sexual. That's a conversation killer.
yeah,
Um, Start the conversation with something that's gonna make her smile. It doesn't have to be you sitting there trying to overly tell her how good she looks, because I guarantee you, if she really looks good, she already knows it. She didn't really need you to tell her. Um, but give her something to smile about for the day.
yeah,
A
yeah.
joke, something to make her laugh. I
Yep.
guarantee you'll get a quicker response than sending her dick pic.
Yeah, and your approach is everything. I feel like some men don't really understand that. Like, I feel like the more that a woman learns her self worth, the more it's like you'll be able to like navigate through the fuck boys. Like, you know what I'm saying? You'll know how a man approaches you, if he really about it, or if he just trying to come and play some games. So you hit me up like, oh, I'm trying to chill, or I'm trying to see you. I probably wouldn't even respond to you. I'm not gonna take you seriously.
Let's see. Why do I think I don't even want to be called beautiful? Because I feel like that's universal for every woman you approach. Okay, so let me and I did this. I actually did this post on TikTok. There's truth in there's meaning behind what a guy says to you. Okay, three things guys will say to women. He'll either say you're sexy, you're pretty, or you're beautiful. But there's meaning behind those, right?
Yeah.
So if a guy says you're sexy, he basically what he's saying is, I like your body and I want to
Hmm.
use it for my own pleasure. That's what he's
Okay.
saying to you. Um, if a guy says that you're pretty, he's basically telling you that he enjoys looking at your face. He appreciates how you look. If a guy says you're beautiful, if a guy says to you you're beautiful, he has noticed something about not only your physical appearance, but who you are underneath.
Hello.
So, guys, so ladies, understand what a guy is saying when he says those three things.
Yeah.
Um, if a guy calls you beautiful and he don't, if a guy calls you beautiful and he hasn't got to know you, then yeah, he's probably calling all women beautiful. But if he's had a moment to get to know you and he calls you beautiful, he's attracted to more than just your outside, your outer beauty.
Yeah.
Just
I
my
personally,
thoughts.
I'm not arrogant or nothing like that. And it's not like I don't need reassurance, you know what I'm saying? And looks aren't everything. People can look good as well as men. They can be fine as shit, but they can be full of shit. So looks is just external, you know what I'm saying? But I just, I like it if a man come at me in that sense. And I feel like you absolutely right, Don, because it's been a time where like someone wrote me and was like, "Oh, you so sexy," and that's like a turn off to me. Like I don't know why
Mm-hmm.
somebody like you so sexy. Like I'd be like, get the fuck out my face, you know. So even though a man could pretty much be saying that to anybody, because that might be his way to pull women. You know what I'm saying? It just is in my opinion, the right approach to come at a woman if you really want to get her attention. You know, because I feel like if you just want some, oh, when can I see you? Can I pull up? Like just off of those things, that approach is completely wrong. I'm not talking to you. I had a dude recently. I saw him under the bus. I don't know if he's gonna see it or not, but like he hit me in my DM. I really don't care. He had in my DM and then he sent me like two videos of him on two separate occasions. And I'm assuming like after he went to the barbershop and got his lineup. And he just like looking at himself in the videos. But I never asked him for this. This is how he's approaching himself to me. And so I'm being a smart ass. I ain't gonna lie. Like as soon as he sent them, I'm like, oh, you full of yourself. Like, you sending me videos of you after your lineup, like, checking yourself out. And so I was being a smart ass, like, nice lineup. I'm trying to be smart. And he like, thank you, love. Like, bitch, I really don't give a fuck about your lineup. You just came in my DM. You could have been like, hello, I've been wanting to get to know you. Like, you seem like a cool woman, whatever. But you just sending me videos of yourself that I didn't ask for. Like, get the fuck out my face. And the thing is, he was fine as shit. I can't even lie. He was fine, but his approach was fucking trash. And that's the thing, like, I feel like women gotta start seeing those type of red flags to not even get yourself to you don't even need to go on a date with somebody like that. If they approach is wrong, why do you think anything else will go right?
Yeah, the conversation's not gonna be good. They're
Yeah.
probably gonna spend most of the time talking about themselves. Um, I had a situation. Hold on. Let's see. Excuse me, miss. What's your name?
Yeah. A man,
Yeah.
women like a man with a plan. Like if you just sitting here like, oh, when I'm gonna see you, but you ain't talking about a date of how we gonna see each other, nothing like you not a man with a plan. Like we not taking you seriously. Now a young female that's not self aware and not like, you know what I'm saying, she might not care about stuff like that, anything gonna go with her. If you hear her and be like, oh, pull up, she be like, where you at? Send the address. You know what I'm saying? But if you trying to come at a woman, your approach gotta be everything.
So I had a situation where my approach was wrong, but not intentional. Right.
Okay.
My approach was actually genuine, but it came across all wrong.
Okay.
Um, I was having a conversation with this young lady, and she works out. And I was like, oh, I would love to give you a massage one day.
Okay.
But because we had never really gone out, we had never really done anything, and she was like she came back at me like, do I get a date first? And I was like, oh shit, like, yeah, hell yeah. Like, but I wasn't thinking along those lines, so I came across as a fucking weirdo
Mhm.
unintentionally.
Yeah.
But I had to clean it up. Like, yeah, for sure. No, let's go on a date. Like, the date has nothing to do with the massage. I just,
Yeah.
I feel like you work out a lot, so I would like to give
Yeah.
you a massage, and it was I felt like the ultimate creep for about 5 minutes, and I was like, no, but dude, you was being genuine. Like you was
Yeah.
genuinely being cool, but yeah, I came across as a creep, a real bad creep, and I was like, ah, damn, yeah,
Yeah.
let's go on a date.
Yeah.
Like, let's go
Definitely. Cause
somewhere, let's eat.
yeah, if somebody would say that to me, I'd be like, nigga, massage your fucking dick. Like, get out my face. Like, nah. I'm sorry. Like, don't fucking play with me, cause that's all I would be thinking is like, oh, this nigga think I'm on that type of time. Like, no, you know. Yeah, it's I mean it's okay because I feel like men is you learn, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like women learn. Because some women don't learn the fact that like a man should only be approaching you a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you
Yeah.
young and dumb, you as a woman, you not even unless you have a father that's in your life where he's teaching you how you should be treated by men and how men should be approaching you. Um, if you don't have that in your life and you don't really know, you might just accept anything, you know. So just as women learn like you should only be talking to men that talk to you this way and approach you this way, men also have to learn how you should approach a woman. You know what I'm saying? But if your intentions is good, it was an honest mistake and you learn from it. Ain't nothing wrong with it, you know what I'm saying? But if you want a woman in your life, nothing just you know, if you ain't, you know, want just not looking for somebody to have fun with, you know, you gotta have a good approach.
Guys, if you push up a woman and you come to let you get in, deal with anybody who's any does that mean anybody
It's breaking up, Dawn.
so she'll take anything.
Dawn, I don't. I'm not sure if they heard you because I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry. Any way that you come at her, don't
Uh
deal with
huh.
her because anybody. All right, had a little connection issue. There we go.
Yeah.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thanks, Regina. I'm going to go ahead and repeat what I said for those that didn't hear me. If a woman will allow you to talk to her any old kind of way and will still let you in, don't deal with her.
Yeah.
Because anybody can talk to her any kind of way and still get in. If a woman
Yeah.
requires you to have a certain level of respect for her, she's going to have a certain level of respect for herself.
Yeah.
And that's just
Yeah.
that's kind of a tidbit for guys. And that same girl that you thinking, oh, she just let me get in. Yeah, she let everybody else get in too. So chances are she's having sex with other people. And if she let you get in unprotected, she's having unprotected sex with other people too.
Yeah.
Goes back to what we were talking about earlier. So
Yeah.
you want a woman that respects herself, and if she respects herself, she's gonna require a certain amount of respect from you.
Yeah. And I feel like if women, if you are struggling with your self-worth where you're just letting men treat you any type of way, you need to spend time alone and figure out, you know, your worth, your self-worth, love on yourself so that it sets the standard of anyone else that you deal with, you know. Um, like I said, not all women have their fathers in their life, and sometimes your father is like, you know, your first love. They teach you like this is how a man's supposed to treat you. This is what you should accept. This is what you shouldn't accept. Every woman is not fortunate enough to have their father in their life. So if men are just treating you like shit, you know, you got to do some self reflecting with the type of men that you're dealing with, and even why you feel comfortable accepting that.
So, ladies, if for ladies who don't have a male figure in your life, because that is kind of important to know exactly how you're supposed to be treated or things that you're supposed to expect and accept. Watch the show enough. I promise you, I'll tell you. I got
Yeah.
two daughters. I got two sisters, and I'm really big on how a man comes across to a woman. Um, because I've come at women sideways intentionally, and the response that I got kind of let me know from the door that that's not who I want to deal with.
Hmm.
So, ladies, if a guy comes at you sideways, send him the other way. Send him sideways.
Yeah.
Let him go. If a guy can't do something as simple as take you to dinner, and it don't have to be an extravagant dinner. And I know that there was a big to do on social media about where a guy takes you. If a guy's willing to sit across from you and get to know who you are over a meal, enjoy that meal with him and get to know who he is, because
Yeah.
that'll let you know if that's who you want to move forward with. Honestly,
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of inexpensive dates. You got to be creative, be a man, plan something. That's who women take seriously is men with plans. So, um, but yeah, I do. One of the comments said you just know you deserve the best. And that's for men too. You know what I'm saying? Men also, you should have self worth too. You shouldn't be just giving yourself to whoever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everyone should value themselves, and it's important. Like me personally, I didn't. My father wasn't really in my life, so I feel like I struggled with my self worth most of my 20s, and it wasn't for me having some real good male figures in my life, like some men that I worked around. Um, I feel like they helped me learn my self worth and how men should treat me and set the standard. You know what I'm saying? So it's never too late to learn that. You know.
yeah, it really is never too late. Unfortunately, women are realizing it later in life. Once
Hmm.
they get into their 30s and they go through their whole 20s, being treated other than what they should. And then when they get in their 30s, they start to realize, okay, well, I need to start looking for a different kind of man because I want something different.
Yeah.
Want want something different earlier. And
Right.
for the women out there who are raising young ladies all by yourself, and unfortunately, there's not a man in their life. Don't sit there and spend all of their childhood telling them how they don't need a man.
Yeah.
How
No.
about you explain to them what kind of man they need or what kind of man they should
Exactly.
have in their life?
Exactly.
Sitting there telling a young lady from the time she's at puberty to the time she's 20 that you don't need a man in this world, you're doing your daughter a real big injustice.
Yeah.
Take time to show her what type of man she should have in her life, and the best way to show that is what type of man you have in your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love my mom to death, but I feel like she raised me and my sisters, even my brother, to be like super, super independent, almost to a point where it's like we had that mentality like you don't need a man, you know what I'm saying? But I can say I am grateful for any real men that ever came in my life because it helped me even get to this point, where it's like I learned my self worth, and it is very important, like the type of men that women deal with and your children see. And like I don't have no children, but like my nieces, they're young, they're around puberty age, and I teach them that. I'm like, if a man is not treating you right the first time, leave his ass alone. I'm like, there's plenty of men out
Mm-hmm.
here, you know what I'm saying? I said, do not ever stay with a man that treats you like shit. And that's why, and I never said like, oh, you don't need a man. I'm saying you don't tolerate, someone treating you less than what you are. So it is important to instill that into young girls, and especially if their fathers aren't around.
Yeah, absolutely. It's more about who you need and not what you need.
Yeah.
You because and this is for some guys too. 'Cause I know guys that it just seems like they're gonna be single and playing the field for the rest of their life. But it's a whole lot better when you have somebody you can build with.
Yeah.
When you can build upon something. If you come to the table with 50% and they come to the table with 50%, that's 100%.
Yeah.
You can build on that, as opposed to you sitting there going, oh well, I only need a woman for this, that, and the third. It's
Yeah.
only to satisfy my sexual needs. Now there's a lot more to life than just sexual needs, and ladies, just a guy that's gonna spank you on your ass and give you dick, That's not what you need a man for. There's a
Yeah.
whole lot more to life, and there's a whole lot more to build upon. But if that's all he got is dick and bubble gum, then y'all
Yeah.
are not going anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like any great man will say that they didn't become the man that they are if it wasn't for the woman that they was with.
That's
You
facts.
hear,
That's
yeah.
facts.
So, and a lot of men be feeling like, oh, like you said, like, oh, a woman is only good for sex, but a woman, a real woman who loves you and cares about you, will help elevate you as a man. She will make you, because a lot of women, men operate with their eyes where they be like, oh, like she's beautiful, whatever. But women, we see potential in men, and I feel like sometimes we see
Yeah.
potential that you don't even see it yourself. So if you have a good woman, she's going to remind you of who you are, and help you reach your fullest potential, and two great people will be nothing but great together, so it's very important.
It really is. And you're right. Men will see the potential for the night. Women will see the potential for the future.
Mhm.
And if a guy is presenting himself to you, and he's you see that potential in him, don't beat him up because he doesn't see it automatically. Take the
Yeah.
time with him,
Yeah.
because it may be something that you say that may spark something in him, and he may
Yeah.
become the greatest person that's ever lived, and he'll become the greatest person that ever lived with you.
Yeah.
A good man will appreciate who helped them get to where they're going. You
Mhm.
know,
Yep.
now there are dog dudes out there, and they probably getting mad at me, and I don't care, because if you're a dog, you should be mad at me.
Yeah.
If a guy shows you that he's selfish at any point in your relationship,
Yeah.
I don't care what potential you see in him, because once he gets ahead or once he gets to that point, he's gonna leave you for
Yep.
somebody who he feels like is on his level and not
Yep.
appreciate who helped him get to that level. So
Exactly.
what somebody shows you the first time, please understand and know that that's who that really is. That's the crack in the mask that you needed for them to show their true self.
Yep.
So if they show them true selves just one time, get rid of them. Just
Yeah.
once. Don't take the apologies. Oh, I didn't mean to do, or I didn't mean to say. If he says it, he does it. That's the real person coming through that mask that they couldn't hide anymore, and
Yeah.
cut them off
Yep.
immediately.
Yeah. What good is it having a partner if y'all can't build together and make each other great? You know what I'm saying? It's
Exactly.
it, it's a part that come with it. You can't be with a selfish person. And I feel like if he's not taking care of you, now I'm not talking about just financially, you know what I'm saying? But if he's not helping you be a better woman, and if he's all about self, like he can't possibly love you. So
Yeah, if he's all about making himself better and you're all about making himself better, then
mhm.
he's probably not going to appreciate you once he gets to that level.
Yeah.
It really is all about building each other up, making each other feel and know that they're better than where they are right now, and
Yeah.
how you can help them get to that next level. But
Yeah.
if you're sitting there and you're going, baby, you can do it, and he's going, yeah, I know I can do it. Nah, nah.
Yeah.
He's that the response to that is, thank you, I appreciate you believing in me.
Right.
But if he feels like he can do it all by himself, let him, because I
Yeah.
guarantee he can't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't I see this thing where it was like I feel like black women and black men, it's like we want to be each other's enemies, but it's like
Hmm.
we supposed to be a union. We supposed to be together. I feel like it start with appreciating each other, looking out for each other, helping each other, to be great, and whatever you call it, whether it's success, you know what I'm saying, whether it's love and family, you know what I'm saying. So I just feel like we need to
It's
appreciate each other more and realize we do need each other.
it's so easy for us to beat up on one another that we take advantage of that. as
Yeah.
opposed to, building up one another. Um, it's important to see the potential that somebody else has and say, you know what, I see where you can go,
Yeah.
and you may not be walking the same path with that person. Y'all may be walking two totally different paths, but
Yeah.
the destination is the same. You
Yep.
know, the destination of owning your own home, being financially stable. The destination is the same. Y'all might be walking on two different paths, but y'all yelling back and forth across those paths, going, "You can keep you can do it, keep going." And they're
Right.
saying the same thing to you. When y'all get to that end, and y'all sitting there and y'all looking back on the fact that, oh, I used to drive this car and all the lights on the dashboard used to be lit up, but now I got a nice brand new car, thanks to the person I'm with believing in me. Or
Right.
the lady saying, well, you know what, I remember when I couldn't go out and buy a new pair of heels for a job interview, but thanks to the person I'm with, I got more shoes in my closet than I need.
Yeah.
You have to take advantage of what somebody's pouring into you, and
Right.
not just take it but pour back into them. And
Yes.
it's crazy, but more so in the black community, we do more taking than we do giving.
Yeah.
We take what somebody is pouring into us, and we don't say the simple thing like, yo, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I think, thank you for what you're doing.
Right, exactly. I mean, I feel like all of us, we might have an idea of our potential, but life happens, and I feel like sometimes you need someone to remind you of how great you really are.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know. I see a lot of potential in a lot of people, and sometimes people just, they might forget that, or they might not ever seen it. They might not had the right person around them to speak that into them. But it's very important, and I do feel like we need each other. So to sit there and be like, oh, I'm just using him for his money, or I'm just using her to get some ass, that's dumb. You selling
You, you,
yourself short when it comes to life.
yeah, you think it's small. You think it's short term. You think it's small. Um, it's the biggest thing is, where can we get together? You know, what can I do for you to get you to where you want to be, not where
Yeah.
I want you to be, but where you want to be. And what can you do for me to help me get to where I want to be? We may
Yeah.
end up on two separate planes, but we're still together in that, we're still helping each other out.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
and guys, if you find somebody who's willing to ride with you, when you get to the end of that ride, don't get rid of them. Don't get rid
Yeah.
of them for the shiny new chick that's on Instagram, and her waist is on Snatch and all of that.
Mhm.
That's not who you want to be with. You want to be with the person who rode with you all the way through. I look at dudes like Method Man. He's been with
Mhm.
the same woman since he was in high school.
Okay.
His
Yeah.
money didn't change him. His fame didn't change him. He knew who he needed in his corner the whole way through. So when I
Yeah.
look at dudes like that, I'm like, yo, respect who was with you when you had nothing.
Yeah. Who believed in you? Who
Keep that
spoke that
person with you.
existence? Yeah. Who spoke that existence? Even when, because it be times that it's like, oh, I want to give up. And if you have the right person, they speaking that existence back into you. Like, you not giving up. You're going to be great. You got to really value those people.
Um, it's like you what was that song, Gold Digger or whatever,
Hmm.
and you you see guys all the time who will achieve a certain level, and I used to think it was only guys who would achieve a certain level, and then they feel like they have outgrown the person that they're with, so they get rid of that person for somebody else,
Yeah.
somebody who's on their level, and then not realizing that the person that you got that's on your level, they're also thinking about themselves.
Yeah.
So now you got two selfish people in a relationship, which won't work. And I used to only think that it was dudes. You see movies like what was it? What's Love Got to Do with It? I think it was
Mhm.
with Angela Bassett when her
Yeah.
I think it was What's Love Got to Do with It, and I used to see guys like that, and I said, oh well, that's a guy thing. Nah, women are doing that shit every day.
Yeah.
When a guy is standing in their corner and making sure that they get to a certain level, and as soon as they get there, they think, oh, I got to have somebody that's on the same level as me. No, you don't. You need to have
Absolutely.
somebody that's in your corner.
Yeah. Yep.
Mike Tyson's corner people could not box as good as he could, but he needed them in his corner.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely women can do that too. Um, I know someone that told me like, their girlfriend went and got their body done, and then she switched up. She's sitting here putting him
Mm-hmm.
down as a man, like you need to go to the gym. And I'm like, what? That's crazy. She didn't even take her ass to the gym. You know what I'm saying? But now she feel like she's on a whole nother level, because she getting this type of attention. So she thinking like I can get certain type of men on a different caliber, and now she putting him down like he's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? So women definitely can do it too.
I've seen weight loss surgery um, damage quite a few relationships. And it's because the woman is getting more attention than she was getting previously. But
Yeah.
also, and this is to kind of jump on the woman's side for a moment, she's also getting more attention than she's getting at home.
Yeah.
So if you want your woman to appreciate attention, give it to her before she leaves the house. The same way that a guy shouldn't leave the house horny or hungry, your woman should not leave the house without already knowing she's beautiful.
Yeah.
If you wait for somebody to tell her in the street that she's beautiful, I guarantee you she'll become for the streets for real. So
Right.
so every day, if you with a woman and you appreciate her and you want to be with her, every time she gets up before she walks out the house, she should hear no less than 5 times, "You're beautiful," and I appreciate
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So when she get on the street and the guy says, "Yo, you beautiful," yeah, I heard that shit 5 times already today. I'm
Right.
good.
Yeah. And I feel like if you have a good woman, like a real good woman, and you're pouring into her, she not gonna see nobody else. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Like I feel like that's just how I am. If somebody treat me right, if I love you, I don't give a fuck if a billionaire walk past me. Like they not getting my attention. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about how you treat people.
It is definitely about what you how you show somebody every single day that you appreciate who they are and what they bring to the table. I don't care if they only brought the forks and spoons to the table. You couldn't
Yeah.
eat without them.
Yeah.
So if you didn't have forks and spoons and they brought forks and spoons, I appreciate the forks and spoons. I had the
Yeah.
steak already.
Yeah. Yeah, people gotta
You
stop thinking
know,
materialistic. Yeah, people gotta stop because it's like especially when the people ask these questions, like, "What do you bring to the table?" Okay, who don't have a job? Like, who don't have these things? Like, can you bring me loyalty? Can you bring me commitment? Can you bring me reassurance? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you bring me peace? Like, can you bring me motivation? It's a lot of things you can bring to the table that's not materialistic things. You know, and people need to look for those type of things.
yeah, sometimes emotional support is a lot bigger than you can provide somebody with financial or physical things. Just being
Yeah.
somebody's emotional support, being their peace,
Yeah.
is huge.
Yeah.
Um, and there are, and this is probably a lot more so on the women's side. They're like, oh, if a guy don't make $100,000, is he peaceful for you? Is he your
Yeah.
peace when you come home? Can you get inside your four walls and be peaceful?
Yeah.
Because you can have everything in the world and not have peace.
Right, exactly. And women who think that like money is everything, like that to me, money is not everything. It's people's morals. You know what I'm saying? Like how they treat you. And it's like, okay, even if a man wasn't at his full potential where he's not making crazy amount of money, it just show you like as a woman, you shouldn't think that small minded because if you are such a good woman, you can help your man obtain so much things. Y'all can obtain things together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like money is important. You know, you might want to make sure someone is stable, but it's not everything. You know, like you can have somebody who makes all of this money but treat you like shit, or is a terrible ass fucking parent. You know what I'm saying? Or feel like, oh, I don't gotta take care of my child. You got to do everything. You know, like money is not everything. You know, so people need to stop looking at just that and even look at people's character.
Yeah, the I remember a situation because before we get up out of here, I was dealing with a young lady, and I was more focused on helping her get to a different financial status
Hmm.
than I was to help her understand that her mind frame needed her mind state needed to change.
Yeah.
And when I met her, she was waiting tables or something like that. Not to say anything bad about waiting tables. If that's how you make your money, it's cool. But she wasn't making the money she should make or she needed to make.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, such and such job is hiring. Get on here and helped her get on at the job or whatever. Brushed up her resume, all that stuff. But when she got there, her mentality hadn't changed.
Yeah.
So for her, waiting tables was the best that she could do for her mentality.
Yeah.
But because I didn't spend any time pouring into her mentality,
Yeah.
I was just pouring into this is where you need to be, this is what you need to do. Once she got to that point and she got that new job, she failed at it.
Right.
And I look back now and I go, you know what? What I should have done was basically said, okay, let's find out what you want to do as a person. How can we
Yeah.
build you up as an individual? But I
Right.
didn't do that. I was just trying to
Yeah.
build up a paycheck.
Yeah.
And it was a failure. It was a big
Yeah.
failure.
That's just like I think I said that saying before. Like what's good? What good is a person who is like physically strong but mentally weak? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's the same aspect when you go to the gym. Like you can go to the gym and try to work out, but if your mental ain't right to keep you disciplined, to keep you eating right, it's all pointless. You know what I'm saying? So your mental has to be just as strong as anything else. You know, if not, it's the most important thing, you know?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, and we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna jump off. We appreciate everybody jumping in
Yes.
and having a conversation with us. Next week we'll be back. We'll be live. So
Yep.
jump in live. We appreciate the questions and the comments. It really makes this show that much more fulfilling. And if you have questions, ask the questions. We'll answer them as best we can based on experience and research. And we'll do the best that we can. But for
Yep.
now, I am Don, the Pleasure Coach.
Yep. And I'm Bridget.
And we will get at y'all next week on Wednesday live. But for
Yep.
right now, it's all love. Be easy.
All right.